Hey everyone, this is Angela. I'm with Mille Grazia Young Living, and here we are going to be talking tonight about Chapter 11, Dealing with Difficult People, page 109. Okay, to get started, here we are. It's going to be a very brief, very quick night for a training on Facebook Live. Right now, Facebook is inviting my audience, and I'm going to stay here until some people come on and hope to greet each and every one of you. Welcome. It's Tuesday night. No, it's Wednesday night, April 26th. This is Angela with Mille Grazia Young Living, the Pilot Training Game Plan program until June 15th. This is one of our nights where we're going to be on live Facebook. Next week we have a community class, so our leaders can bring their people to May 3rd, Pure Essential Oils, Get Oiling 101 at Mythic Treasures, and you'll see a post on this as well as a slide tonight in Facebook Live. So I am going to see if I can turn the camera around. Sometimes things in Facebook. Here I am. Hi everybody. I'm just waiting for some people to come on. Hi. Again, this is Mille Grazia Facebook Live Game Plan. Hello, whoever's on. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'll get started in just a minute. Let's just stand by. Hi, Marianne. Welcome. Nice to see you. Mary A. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming on. What time might it be? I have no way of knowing at this moment. Could somebody please just write in what time it might be right now, please, in your comments? Okay. So tonight is going to be a short class, and I'm going to get started. So here we go. Mille Grazia Young Living Pilot Training Game Plan. We're a community of learners, and we are working on our Game Plan, Chapter 11, Dealing with Difficult People, page 109. And as you can see, this is a picture of something showing a very fast track, and let's get going. Please note, we'll talk about the meet and greet carry-along bags during class next Wednesday. The next time we have a class in the classroom, Wednesday, 5/10/17. That's May 10th. And we're going to 632. Thank you. And so Mythic Treasures is the place in Village Gate Square. Join your video as guest to invite. Tap to invite. I don't know how to do that. Tap to invite. Okay, let me go back one. So we have community classes at Mythic Treasures that I'll be talking about towards the end of this quick game plan night. Tonight is a mini class for game plan, a community learning training and it's a pilot, a dry run for a select few. If you're coming on and you're not in my team, well, welcome. Welcome to anyone who's here seeing the video. And in my team, who's in this game plan training, community learners. When you come on, I'll welcome you, but you can always see a repeat or review this video later on if you are unable to make it. So I'm going to just continue and go ahead right now. Does that sound good, Marianne? Mary A. Okay, I'm going to get started. Okay, as I said, the next time we meet is in the classroom at Mythic Treasures at Village Gate. 14607 is the zip code. It is May 10th on Wednesday night. We are going to talk about the meet and greet carry-along bags on that night. So it was scheduled for tonight, but we're going to do it on May 10th. Okay. So tonight's subject is dealing with difficult people. Let's all be reminded about this idea. Too busy to be polite in business? Well, the too busy closing the door attitude, it's not our job to keep our doors open for everybody. Let's take a look at what that means. Okay, here we go. We are many personalities, and we have many fun personality tests to find out about ourselves. Recap from last week. What about the follow-up system dealing with difficult people when no one is coming to class? Well, Sarah Harnish has suggested try soft marketing. Have you done that yet? Have you thought about doing that? And what is it? It's asking 3 people to invite 50 of their network friends, social network friends, to a class. What do you think? How does that work? Well, it has been working for us, and we have signed up one person who invited another person, and now that person's signing up May 1st, and she says she has more people that she's who might be interested. So we're finding this to work, and we have over the years. And Sarah calls it soft marketing, as opposed to cold calls and doing all kinds of other things. Yes, class. We have Get Oiling Class 101, May 3rd, which is next week, at Mythic Treasures. It's a Wednesday, I believe. And it's for the community. It's free. So anyone who's coming on who is in the area of 14607 or in the city or in the suburbs, and that's where Mythic Treasures is, 274 Goodman Street. And I have a slide on that a little later. Okay? Yes, thank you, Marianne. Next, we are like the seasons too. We're hot and cold. We have reactions and expectations throughout our lives. What to do about ourselves first? Well, I know about myself, and I think others might agree, that we work on ourselves before we try to understand others. And when other people are reacting to us, we remember about how we are hot and cold too with some people. We all don't have perfect chemistries. And so that's important for us to think about. It's not about me in regards to how others respond to my good intentions of trying to help them. What do you think? Let's explore this together in this chapter. So I'll repeat it again. It's not about me in regards to how others respond to my good intentions of trying to help me. What do you think? Well, I want to get feedback from people I trust about how I am perceived. I've had some good feedback, and I know that the people in my family have some good feedback, and my leaders have some good feedback, and I believe that having good feedback is always constructive to take a look at our approaches. I was in real estate and a realtor for many years before 1999. I sold about 5 houses, or was it 6? 6, I think, in about 2 years' time. And I remember that people in my office who were realtors and brokers, they said I had the soft approach. Yes, relational. It's a relational business. I prefer to do that in that manner. Challenging times for us, dealing with others when activity. So we're going to fill in the blanks and take a look at the bottom right here. Reality check. Life isn't perfect. I bet you all agree with that. Expect some opposition. That's what Sarah says. So challenging times. Let's do the fill in the blank. When people want just one, what's the answer to that? What's a challenging time? When people want just one, yeah, I bet you know, oil. They only want one oil. That's challenging. When they don't want to commit to an enrollment for a wholesale premium starter kit, a wholesale way of instead of retail. When they are just plain, Sarah calls it negative. That's difficult. There are people who are just plain negative. You've heard of that before, I'm sure, and you've experienced it. Who hasn't experienced some negative people around? Okay, so what do we need to remember? Let's think about it. Remember. What do we need to remember when we're faced with negative people, people who don't want a starter kit, people who don't even want wholesale? We need to remember our mission and our purpose. We honor our stewardship to champion nature's living energy, essential oils, by fostering a community of healing and discovery while inspiring individuals to wellness, purpose, and abundance. We just keep it clear for ourselves. We just keep it clear for ourselves. And here's the mission. Young Living is a universally known household name that is revered and respected for the countless benefits it brings to humanity. Propelled by the world's purest essential oils and oil-infused products, along with our passionate commitment to empowering individuals to whole life wellness, we champion the modern essential oil movement. A global purpose-driven wellness revolution is underway, and Young Living leads the charge. Keep it clear for ourselves. We repeat this to the community when we're sharing and educating. Regardless of our good intentions, remember what? What do we have to remember? Regardless of our good intentions, what do we need to remember? Get away from doing everything for others. I was just having this conversation today with Mary A. Enabling people who don't take our missions seriously and lack commitment. They are who they are. They are fine. Move on. Together, read page 110, top paragraph. So I'm going to take my book right now, and I'm going to read at the top. And let's see, 109. I had everything ready to go. Unfortunately, I lost my place. 109 at the top. Okay, here we go. Hi, Deb. Thanks for joining. We're going to be reading at the top of 110 in our books. And it's the first paragraph. So everybody turn to that paragraph. And we're talking about difficult people. We're talking about getting away from doing everything for others, enabling people who don't take our mission seriously. I went over the mission and the purpose, and they lack commitment. So they are who they are. They're fine. Move on. And so together we're going to read page 110 at the top. And I do wish sometimes we had a website and a webinar. I'm looking forward to doing that at some point, but this is the best I can do at this time. So I'm going to just point here for now. I'll go to the next one. Oops. Our purpose is what the oils do. Don't enable, educate. So I'm reading at the top of 110. Here it goes. If those in your friend circle just order a single oil off of you every few months, it's not their fault. You have not equipped them to buy. You have been enabling them. You drop things off at their door for them to try. You add oils to your order so they don't have to get an essential rewards. They pawn thieves cleaner off of you when they are low. They are the just watch from the sidelines oiler, the lack of commitment oiler. But there is an easy solution, and that solution is to educate. Don't you love these slides I found? I love the backgrounds. Okay, now how? How do we do that? Well, we have classes at Mythic Treasures, 274 Goodman Street, 14607. And Mille Grazia Young Living is listed on mythictreasures.com calendar for classes. Bring your people, leaders, Young Living leaders, bring your people, and let's continue. Retail customers, let's talk about that for a little while. Show them a better way. What way? Natural, healthy lifestyle. You know how it is that we live. Show them a better way. And being a customer means that they're not getting wholesale pricing and the benefits of wholesale. So we have to show them a better way. This is what Sarah says. I never feel I'm pushing people to buy products they can't afford. They are spending it on other dangerous stuff. Okay, so there you go. She's very passionate about it. And so she'll say, you know, you're spending money on shampoos, for instance, or some of us say, well, you always have to buy shampoos, don't you? You always have to buy soap detergent, don't you? There's a better way. Glowing wellness, and we can help break through and find simple ways in order for us to put in an order and for us to know that retail, it doesn't have great benefits at all other than just buying it. But we know that you can get all kinds of benefits from a membership enrolling for wholesale. So here we go. Sometimes people ask about professional accounts. Now, have you heard this? And I don't know if you've received it in your training. I'm sure that when you do learn it, you explain it to people when they ask the question. What is that membership? There are the accounts that you can, these are the accounts that you can set up if you're a small business with a storefront. It allows people to purchase Young Living products at wholesale and sell them at retail in order to make a profit. But what about this account, this people with professional accounts? They forfeit any right to a downline, which makes no sense because your true money-making ability is in your downline. You never know who will come into their store and turn out to be a diamond. So what does Sarah recommend? Page 111, second paragraph. I'm going to go to that right now. 111, second paragraph. Okay. Second paragraph. Sometimes you have the people you ask about. You have the people who ask about the professional accounts. Those are the accounts that you can set up if you're in a small business. Oh, I think I read that already. So I think it's third paragraph, not second. I would never ever encourage someone to throw away the opportunity to have a successful business. I'd recommend skipping the professional account and just going with a regular wholesale account. Even if the store owner doesn't want to do the business side, they'll be blessed by those under them who do. Always leave that door open. There's the key. Leave that door open and be blessed. Be blessed. I love that. That's the expression my sister and I have been talking about when we talk to people. Bless us, as Sarah has said. bless us by buying the book, Game Plan. She has said that because people are asking her for her to download some parts. They want some parts of the book. And she also says, please don't put the book online because it's a published piece of material, and that would be a problem with her and Amazon. So bless her, she says, and buy the book, please. So bless us and buy our essential oils that we believe you need and we'd like to help you with. Bless us. So I love that expression. So if we don't say it to people, that's our choice. However, I'm going to think about it every time I'm talking to people, and I might use it, but I'm going to think about how I hope they bless me and I bless them. Always leave that door open. I love that idea. So even if the store owner doesn't want to do the business side, they'll be blessed by those under them who do. Okay, and so we're blessed by all of you. We're blessed by you, Deb, and we're blessed by anyone in our team. Thank you. Negative people. What is a negative person to you? Please share your experience. So what's a negative person? In a few words, what might that be? Marianne, Deb? One word, negative person. For me, it's a simple word, challenging. Okay. No response right now. I guess I'll move on. So ways to respond to people we experience who are just negative. For me, sometimes if I'm in a room and we're having a conversation and there's a person who's negative, I'll say what I need to say. Okay, a blessing. Okay. And give a blessing. A blessing. Negative people are a blessing. Cool. Wow. Yeah. They're a blessing. I'm going to think about that one. And, yeah, you did respond. Thank you. Yeah, a blessing. That's wonderful. Give them a blessing too. I love it. Okay, so let's continue. May 3rd is a community class at Mythic Treasures. Hard to read, but here it's easy. Get Oiling Essential Oils 101, 6 to 7 p.m. Individual Zytoscans 7 to 8 p.m. after class. And May 10th is Game Plan, Classroom Experience, chapters 15, 16, and 17. Before then, we're going to have a Facebook Live. And then another community class is May 17th, on Wednesday, May 17th, another Get Oiling. And this is one of my favorites. I can't wait for this one. May 27th. You look down there, Saturday, May 27th, de-stress and unwind with pure essential oils, 2 to 3 p.m. And then 3 to 4 will be the Zytoscans. And a game plan, we have the game plan chapters 20 to 21 in class on the 24th of May, Wednesday. So anyways, I'll send this out to all of you, this sheet right here, okay? And that's where? At the Village Gate Square, 274 Goodman Street. And Village Gate and Mythic Treasures is where the class is. It's between Lento's. Thank you, Deb. It's between Lento's restaurant and the Gateway restaurant. That's where the store is. And they have a classroom that we use. We love it. And people enjoy us there. We get a good turnout. So, keys to dealing with difficult people. Remember step 1, our Young Living mission and purpose. Remember, our ID has to do with maybe our God, or how we are intimately conscious, have an intimate conscious contact with our God and the wellness that we're blessed with. And our purpose is to fulfill what it is that is revealed to us in a spiritual way. And step 4, we receive blessings and abundance. Ignite your passion and grow. Don't you love this slide? I'll do it. I can't do it one more time, but maybe I will. Okay, here I go. I love this. Watch this. Ignite your passion and grow. And what are we growing? We're growing so many things that have wonderful beginnings with our community in Young Living. We are a community. We want to leave a legacy for our families. And when we're at class at Game Plan, we'll talk about this legacy. I learned a lot last year about leaving a legacy for my family. 4 ways to get paid. From distributor through executive rank. 1, start living bonus. 1, fast start bonus. 3, rising star bonus. 2 or 3 unilevel commissions. We'll talk about this in classes at Game Plan, but I thought this was a cool, very cool. Next, we'll explain how you can earn money in each scenario. So we can talk about this. And here's some wording. To receive your earned commissions for each how you get paid scenario, you must meet the corresponding conditions. And those are the conditions. I'll slowly do this. Okay. Sarah Harnish, Oilability Team. We're on day 11, dealing with difficult people. If you've been following along, doing the homework, chances are you've met with some resistance as you seek to share the oils. I love that. So what's our job? What's our purpose? We are seeking to share the oils. Today's video will equip and encourage you when you face difficult people, and now I'll show 5 minutes. Oops.
Take the dust off your feet and move to the people that are ready to hear, because every single person on this earth needs oils. You have a wide open market. Until Young Living tells us that 9 billion people are Young Living members, right now it's only 4 million. Until it's 9 billion, the population of the earth, there's no saturation. Okay, I don't believe in saturation. So one other thing is, just because they say no does not mean it's forever. It doesn't mean it's forever. It's impossible to be around an oiler and not have a positive experience with oils at some point. Like, it's impossible, especially during regular contact with them. So let the oils speak for themselves, and let the success of your business speak for itself. You don't need to do the talking for them, okay? Just keep dropping it. Just keep dropping it gently. Forcing it is actually one of the worst things that you can do, because you're going to push them away from you. If you waste all of your time focusing on the people that you want on your team, you're going to lose the people who are already eager to join your team, who already want to be on your team. So follow biblical principles, kick the dust off of your feet, move to the next person, and don't look back, okay? Don't look back. Here's the most important nugget that I can give you in all of boot camp. The most important thing, I think, of all 25 days. Because this is the place where people get stuck. This is the place where they say, oh, Mary Kay didn't work for me. And this MLM didn't work for me. This MLM didn't work for me. It's usually dealing with the no's. That's where they get stuck in this. So here's the nugget that I'm going to give you that I want you to write down and remember forever. Emotionally detach yourself from the sale of the Star Kit. I think that is probably the most important sentence in the entire book. Emotionally detach yourself from the sale of the starter kit. You have to. Be so busy doing classes and doing follow-up and training leaders that you don't have time to dwell on the no's. Be so busy, focused on those things, that you don't have time to notice the people that are telling you no. You asked me for the verse. It's Matthew 10:14, kicking the dust off your feet. Focus on the next thing. All right? Kick the dust off your feet. So emotionally teach yourself. Be so busy holding classes and doing follow-up and training leaders that if somebody says no, okay, move on. Bam, move on. If it's a close friend and it's somebody you really want in your team, allow yourself to feel the sting for just a second and then move on, because their answer may not be no forever. They just need an oils experience, and it'll come. All right, so in that time while you're waiting for that experience, just redirect yourself, stay positive, and put one foot in front of the other. And I want to tell you, it's really, really very easy for us to run the oils when we've got an emergency, right? But sometimes we forget to do it for our emotions, all right? Unless we're really deliberate about it at the beginning of the day, we might forget about it emotionally. And I'll tell you, discouragement happens all the time, so it's so important that you're oiling yourself through the discouragement. Really, really, really important to oil through the discouragement. You guys are asking for the oils night. I was saving it for this part of the lecture. I didn't forget about it. You're just going to laugh because this one's so simple. It's like such a crazy simple oil. You're like, okay, what's she bringing out? Is she bringing out one of the Feeling Skin oils? Is she going for the Ula kit? Like, what's she got in her hand? Orange. Orange is our oil for the night. $9 to $11 oil. I love this oil. My favorite smell, if I had to go with like orange types of smells, I actually like the smell of tangerine better.
Yeah.
Orange does some amazing things in the human body. One of my favorite uses of orange is for frustration. It's a great frustration oil. It has a really special ability to go deep into the limbic lobe of the human brain and bring happy memories to the forefront of your mind. Childhood memories or just a positive place where you were, it will bring those to the forefront of your mind, and it puts you in the land of the positive. It's to diffuse. I love it. I love it. Actually, all citruses are good for that. If you're in that place of negativity and frustration, the citrus is lemon is fantastic, especially in the winter months when it's cloudy and dismal and dark outside and you're like, I just want to lay on my couch and I don't want to go anywhere. Lemon is great. My favorite citrus of all time, my number one citrus that I love more than any of the other citruses is bergamot. I'm a bergamot addict. I wear that as a perfume. I just love that oil. I'm so drawn to it. Grapefruit is the Let It Go oil. We call it our Elsa oil, our frozen oil. And it's really good for letting stuff go. It purges stuff out of your cells. It's just a great Let It Go oil. So that's a good one. They're just wonderful. So focus on citruses. It's really, really, really good. Other oils that I've used when people say no, Magnify Your Purpose is one of my favorites. Highest potential. I'm really drawn to that one lately, so I'm wearing that constantly. And Forgiveness is one of my favorite emotional oils. I love forgiveness. Put a few drops of it on the back of your neck, rub it into your hands and breathe it in, especially when somebody says no to you and you get that tightness in your chest and you're just like, whew, okay, that one hurt. Like, that one hurt. That's somebody I really, really, really would love to see blessed. Because you got coming from a place of compassion, and you know what these oils do, and you know where they go, and you know where the road leads when you're using them. So it's okay. Just know that no is not no forever. You can approach them again later when the time is right and when they're receptive to it. It took me 2 years to work with my brother. I'm going to explain the story of my brother in another later bootcamp video. So just be tenacious with it, but gentle-spirited. Kick the dust off of your feet, redirect yourself, and oil up. Get some orange on your body, all right? Orange on your body for happy thoughts. Think of wonderful things, just like Peter Pan, all right? What about other family members that don't believe in MLMs? You guys want to give me a high five? You got some people out like, oh my gosh, yes, they think I'm a crazy freak for doing network marketing. Like, they think I'm out there, that I am not following the typical 9 to 5, 40-hour work week. All right, I'm going to tell you guys, I'll just be straight up, that's just ignorance. Okay, you can work 40 hours a week and survive, or you can work 10 to 20 hours a week and make $10,000 a month or more. What's the better option? I had one lady that would not get on Essential Rewards. Like, I kept talking to her. She didn't want to spend the $100, and she was one of my leaders. She was a level 1 for me, and she had an OGV of $8,000 a month. That's what her team was doing underneath her, but she didn't want to spend the $100 to get her paycheck. And I said, all right, I'm going to make it really simple. You give me $100, and I'm going to give you $400 right back. I said, you give me 100, and I'll give you back 400, because her OGV was so high, but she just couldn't process how an MLM worked, how it worked. That it was the power of the team underneath her that was already moving, that the Lord had assembled, and she wasn't enjoying the blessing of that because she was so terrified of MLMs and moving forward, all right? It really, truly is ignorance. So if they are willing to learn, then I would point them to Eric Worre, Worre. His Rise of the Entrepreneur DVD is fantastic. It's just 50 minutes of statistics on why network marketing works. One of my favorite quotes out of that DVD, which I mentioned in the first bootcamp video, is that network marketing has produced more millionaires globally than any other business in the world. Network marketing, more than any other business model in the entire world. So the numbers speak. They speak for themselves. It works. 1 in every 5 people in America right now, according to Forbes, the study that just came out about 2 weeks ago, is looking for another job this year. 1 in every 5. So if you guys think that you don't have any business builders out there, when you're walking through the grocery store and you count every 5 people, one of those people in that cluster could have been on your team as a business builder. You count 5 people that you're waiting behind checking out, one of those 5 could have been on your team, because that's how many people are disenchanted with their job in America right now. So don't tell me that the market isn't right. They just have to understand and get over their fear of multi-level marketing. I'll share a little bit of my story and what happened. His name is Eric Worre, Worre, ericworre.com. My story, boy, did I get it from all angles when I decided to go with an MLM. Like, oh my word. First off, the Lord blessed me with an anchoring position in the 3rd largest market in the United States when I was 21 years old as a radio news anchor. 21-year-olds do not get jobs on networks in the 3rd largest market in the United States. It does not happen. So I was on the air with people that were 40 and 50 years old. I was the youngest person in the entire building. Out of 70 news anchors, I was the baby in there. And then I prayed for 11 years that the Lord would open up a position that was morning drive so that I could come in, do the morning, and then get home and homeschool my children. So 11 years, I made a list of 27 things I wanted in a dream job. I prayed over that list for 11 years, and God opened the door, and we moved our family 9 years ago to upstate New York, where I took the job with a very large network that I'm with right now that broadcasts Canada, Ohio, New York, Pennsylvania. It's huge. And that's where I was this morning. I was anchoring, filling in this morning. And so I took that job, and I was 29 years old. I had a morning drive position on a network that broadcast to 5 million people, and I walked away from it and sold oils kits instead. And I cannot even tell you the flack that I got from the people that had trained me in Chicago, the people that had trained me. The guy that trained me in Chicago actually took a job anchoring for WCBS in the afternoons in New York City. So he's in the number 1 market in the entire United States. And he's working. Understand? Like, why would you walk away from a morning drive position that you prayed for 11 years? Why would you walk away from that to go sell oils kits? Like, you can be famous and talk to 5 million people every day on morning drive radio, or you can sell oils kits. Like, what are you doing? Are you insane? Here's the deal. This is what I'll tell you what I was doing. My identity, it's not as a news anchor. It's not. My identity is not as a mom. My identity is not as a Young Living Platinum. If God told me to walk away from Young Living, I would walk away from it in a heartbeat, all right? My identity is as a child of Christ. That's who I am. I belong to my Lord and Savior. And so when my eyes stay focused on Him, all else fades away. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter what I'm doing, because my identity is not in my job. It's not in what I do. I don't have to search for hope and for meaning, because I already have it through Jesus' death on the cross. So if my identity isn't speaking to 5 million people on the radio every single morning, did it matter if I walk away? No. It doesn't matter, because that's not what my identity is. I have a hope, and I have a future far beyond the whisperings of this world. The Lord taking care of us, right? It didn't matter if I walked away. He sent Young Living to me to provide for me. So work at this. Work at the business. Focus on it, because this is your boat to get off the island. This is your rescue, and it works. Young Living works. So know who you are, know whose you are, and ignore the naysayers that say that it isn't possible. My income is 6 times higher than it was 1 year ago. 1 year ago. But I could have stayed if I listened to the naysayers. Now I go in and I fill in just for fun, because I enjoy it, because radio's in my blood, and I've done it for 18 years, and I have fun. It's a hobby. It's like gardening for me. I'll go in once a month and punch out a morning drive shift and enjoy it, and have fun with it. But I'm not tied to the 9 to 5 o'clock or the 3 a.m. clock, right? I'm not tied to that anymore. And I'm okay with that, because that's not who I am. All right? That's not my identity. I'm all right with that. I'm totally okay with wherever the Lord has me. And you guys should be too. All right? So don't listen to the whisperings, because who knows? Who knows what the Lord has in store for you? What if the Lord has a diamond ship in store for you? I believe the Lord's got a diamond ship in store for every single person in this boot camp, because if you guys have the tenacity to read 11 chapters in the hardest book ever written on Young Living, and do the workbook and the hardest workbook ever written on Young Living, and to watch hours and hours of video and stay with me for 11 straight days of boot camp, then you have what it takes to be a diamond. Don't you see that? You've already got the tenacity to go all the way to the top. You've got the fight in you to get past the naysayers, to get past the no's, to get past the negativity, to get past the fact that 6 in 10 people that come to your classes will not get the starter kit, only 4 will, 3 and 4, and that's if you pursue them. You've already got it in you. So why do you believe this stuff? Okay? Don't believe it. Don't believe the naysayers. I would still be anchoring right now if I listened to that. I would still be making $40,000 a year, $35,000 a year, instead of being, guys, we're going to hit diamond next month. All right? Like, I wouldn't be where I am right now if I had listened to that. I wouldn't be there. So God has got great, big plans for you. The big thing he keeps telling me this month, as our business just grows and grows and grows and grows, the big thing he keeps telling me, Sarah, when will you learn that my dreams are so much bigger than your dreams? They're so much bigger, and yet you're always putting me in a box. Like, you're always telling me what you think I can do. But my dreams go bit past that. They're bigger than that. So come on, stop putting me in a box and follow where I'm telling you to go and be obedient to the places that I'm taking you. For I know the plans that I have for you, plans for a hope and a future, and plans to prosper you. Prosper you. Prosper does not mean that you're in survival mode, okay? Yeah, exactly. You're not in survival mode. It means he's got bigger plans for you. You are supposed to be out there helping the widows and the sick and the poor, and you can't do it when you're living check to check. That's why you're in this boot camp. That's why you got to take this seriously. That's why you got to finish it. That's why you got to follow direction and get out there and schedule 4 to 6 classes and market the tar out of them and stay ahead of it and fill out the accountability worksheets. And more than anything, find 2 people when this thing is over and train them. Get them through the boot camp and hold their hand and walk them through it. It's why it's so serious that you do this, because God has got big, big plans for you and big dreams over your life, and you're not going to get there if you listen to the negativity. Please hear me on this. It's the thing that causes so many people to trip. I can't fill classes, I give up. Every person I ask says, no, I quit. Everybody's asking me why I'm doing an MLM, and you're going to have to deal with a little bit of social unacceptance. You have to, okay? You have to see past that, because I promise you, when you rank, all the thought is going to be there, all right? It's going to be there as you rank up and up. Now, when you hit silver, you're in the top 8%. No, it's still star. When you hit star, you're in the top 8% of all of Young Living in a billion-dollar company. You're in the top 8%. 92% haven't made it as far as star. When you're silver, you're in the top 1% of the company. The top 1%. All right, guys? So gosh, see it through. You know where this goes. You see the income disclosure chart. And the only people that don't get there are the ones that give up. And this is the number 1 place where we lose them. This is where you're going to lose your business builders. Okay, right here in this step. They're going to hear the negativity. They're going to believe it. They're going to listen to the naysayers. And they're going to walk away and they're going to quit. The oil of the day is orange, because I don't want you to get discouraged. I want you to focus on the positive. I want the words coming out of your mouth to be positive. I want you to live in the land of the positive. I want you to see yourself as a diamond, even if it feels like it's so far away you can't even see it yet. Just keep walking it, because you will get there. All right? You will get there. So, I had a lady ask me this week, she said, what should I do when somebody else is not compliant? When I'm at a vendor event and she set all this stuff up that's not compliant, and I'm seeing it, should I go report her, Sarah, to Young Living? Should I report to the FDA? Should I take photos of her stuff that I'm seeing and hand it out to everybody? Dude, own your own dirt, okay? Own your own dirt. God is going to hold that person accountable for their lack of integrity in their business. That is not your dirt to deal with. Don't focus on that. Don't focus on the person that's not. I mean, if somebody you hand trained and they're messing stuff up, then go to them and tell them, hey, I really recommend you don't do that, because I'm your upline and I care about you and I want you to be able to have your business in the future. So be careful what you're just doing. That's not good practice. But if it's somebody you're just bumping into or somebody you see on the internet, man, God will deal with that. He'll deal with that. Focus on you. When you allow yourself to focus on all the negative things around you, whether it's the negative people or the negative talk or the people saying no to the kids or the people saying no to MLMs, the people saying you can't do it, it, or the people that are out there doing it wrong, and you're focused on them doing their business wrong. People, focus on you. You can't fix them. You can't fix the words coming out of their mouth. You can't fix the sarcasm. You can't fix the no's, but you can fix you. So get the orange going. Work on the words coming out of your mouth. Focus on your business and how you run your stuff, and your leaders will copy it. They will copy the positivity. They will want to be in the land of happy, okay? They're going to follow that because that's what a leader does. A true leader is somebody you want to follow. You don't want to follow somebody who's out there being negative all the time. Nobody wants to follow that. So don't be that. And you're going to attract people to your organization naturally just because of who you are, because of how you speak. So the 3 principles from this chapter that are so important, so important. Leslie says compliance is so hard. No, it's not. We'll get to compliance. I got a whole FDA compliance training, and you're going to walk away so confident with the FDA compliance training. You know, we haven't said a single thing today that isn't compliant, or for the last 11 hours of video I've shot that's not compliant, and yet we have 103,000 people on these videos. All right, that's how much reach we have. So there's a whole lot you can say that is completely compliant that will pique people's interest and get them to do their own research. So, yep, compliance protects us. And we will do such an intense training on compliance like you have never heard it before, I swear to you. We're getting there. Matter of fact, I think it's next week we hit compliance. So, the 3 principles that I want you to walk away from this chapter. Number 1, kick the dust off your feet and work with those willing to learn. Number 2, be so busy teaching classes that you don't have time to notice the no's. You just don't have time. And number 3, know who you are, okay? Know who you are. Be confident in your identity. That's how you deal with negativity, okay? Be confident in your own identity. Don't deal with the sarcasm. Don't tolerate it on your team, all right? Be positive. So your homework for tonight, I want you to read Chapter 11, which talks about dealing with negativity, all right? I want you to do the assignment in under Chapter 11 for the workbook, which I'm trying to do right now here. I should put my little marker in there. I think it's December 10th. I got my marker in here. 8, 9, 10, 11 right now. So for the Chapter 11, it's pretty simple. It's only 1 page, and it's on dealing with negative people. So give an example of enabling and what it looks like when you're enabling people. What should you do when they only want 1 oil? How do you handle people who are negative about oils? The trick is to emotionally separate yourself. So your assignment is to change your attitude. As you go through your week, try to put this into practice. Write down an example. It may not even be oils related, where were able to walk away from conflict with a positive attitude. And if any of y'all have kids in your house, you're going to be able to do this in the next 10 minutes. Okay? Something that you just walk away, you just have a positive attitude about it. You're like, no, I'm just not going to let that get to me today. I'm just not. There's own assignment. If you flip the page over on page 48 of becoming a confident entrepreneur, you need a little more science behind the decision to do network marketing, a little more convincing. Then I want you to go check out that DVD, The Rise of the Entrepreneur DVD on Eric Worre's site. It's possible, guys. Network marketing is possible. Just don't get lost in the sauce. Know who you are. Know how to handle negativity. All right, don't let it pull you down. Don't get frustrated with it. Kick the dust off your feet and keep walking. Just keep walking. There's so many people out there that need oils, guys, and they're around you every single day. You just have to speak. You have to speak life over them. So read Chapter 11 homework assignment and the workbook, and then tomorrow, no one is coming to classes, Sarah. I followed your system. Now what do I do? This is for those who are totally stuck. Here we go. On to night 12. I will see you guys tomorrow night for boot camp. Same bat time, same bat channel. Congratulations. Oh, I did pick a winner.
Okay, there we go. That's it for tonight, everybody. Thank you, and have a good night. Talk to you again soon, either texting you or emailing you, and I hope you enjoy tonight's class, our Facebook mini live class for Mille Grazia training. Don't forget, Wednesday next week at Mythic Treasures, Get Oiling, Pure Essential Oils 101, starting at 6. Take care. Have a great night. Bye, everybody.